Yes, good morning. Yesterday we discussed like what are the beautiful or the relevant elements of a story writing. So there we discussed that number one, the story should have a suitable title. Secondly, the story should have suitable characters, and the characters should relate to the time period to which the story is related. So time period, suitability of the characters accordingly, their costumes, their dress, their culture, their habits, they should be as per the time period you are talking about. Okay, so then in the end, there should be, limitation of time and space. Okay, time and space limitation means that you can talk about some particular, some limited time period. Maybe 2 days, maybe 1 day. Sometimes one story is about a time period which is only of half an hour. Okay, sometimes it's of 1 day. And sometimes if it is about some years, then the relevant, content should be there. Like accordingly, the passage should be made clear like after some years. Okay, only then the story would become relative or relevant. Otherwise, it will become a big flop because readers will not be able to get any connection with the story. Okay, title, beginning, middle, ending. Beginning means introduce, like give a proper setting to your story. Okay, if the story is starting in a, for example, restaurant, then it should be clear like why it is in the restaurant. Some major event should start there itself. Got it? So setting should be with the setting should collaborate its progress of the story. Okay, if you talk about like in the beginning, the hero of the story is on the road. That then on the road itself, something major should happen. Some major development in the plot should take place. That development will lead towards the conflict. And from the conflict, your story will progress towards climax. And from climax, you'll have to start sorting out the problems. And in the end, the things would be sorted out. And yes, it is in the very beginning, you have to decide like what the plot of your storyline is going to be, whether it is going to be a comedy or a tragedy. Comedy means in between there might be hundreds of problems, but in the end, the ending will be happy ending. Happy ending doesn't mean that everything will be very straightforward, like all answers the readers will get. Sometimes in the end also you can lead some, let your readers have some questions, their answers to decide on their own. For example, the poem, The Road Not Taken. There in till end, you people don't know whether the poet was exactly happy or not. It is on the basis of the poet's own life that we are able to make out that yes, he was happy. So some storytellers leave the story at a place from where the readers will have to answer from themselves. From that point onwards, they can decide the ending on their own level. Okay, you can leave a story at crossroads, leaving it upon readers to decide what should be the ending now. Is that clear? That is a modern thought. But in earlier times, it should always used to be a happy ending with all problems solved. But in real life, it doesn't happen. One problem is sorted out, another starts off. Your PT2 will be over, then you will start preparing for PT3. Then they will be over, then you will start preparing for another exams. So exams in life also don't ever finish. They go on and on. So how can a story then have a complete, beautiful ending? Getting? So it is about realism in the stories. Got it? So now, right, let me give you one situation. From there, we'll be drafting the story with the help of MCQs. So once upon a time, The three friends, Sam, Johnson, and Spencer. Sam, Johnson, and Spencer, three friends. Sam, Johnson, and Spencer decided to have a reunion of their all classmates. Decided to have a reunion of their all classmates at hotel Busy Bee. Name of the hotel I'm giving, Busy Bee. So I'm repeating. Three friends, Joe, Spencer, and Sam, decided to have a reunion of their classmates at a hotel, Busy Bee, full stop. Yes, it can be, but the kind of beginning I have given you, you'll have to continue with that. So if I'm saying like once upon a time, three friends, it means that the narrator is, it means that if I am the narrator, I am observing everything from a distance and I'm not a part of the story. The way I have started this story right now. So three friends decided. It's not that Sam is saying that we decided. It could happen like this also. So Sam decided that, Sam said that let's have a party at Busy Bee with our classmates. And Johnson and Spencer agreed. Something like this. But I've given you this beginning, so you have to bear with this. You'll have to tolerate it. Okay, you don't have choice. But yes, if I had asked you to write a story upon this title, then your wish. So MCQ form is where you'll have to answer the questions expected by the examiner. And yes, examiner will not be fooled to kill your creativity. You'll have all the chances. So friends decided to have a reunion of their classmates at the hotel Busy Bee. It was the year, 1999, when that batch or their batch did post-graduation from Princeton University, and then no one knew where each one of them went. Today, all of a sudden, Sam thought about Harry, 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 Peter, Samuel, Sam thought about Harry, Peter, Samuel, and many more. And many more. And wanted to meet them and he wanted to meet them now. And he wanted to meet them now. And he wanted to meet them now. Right? So now your task will be you draft one story on this beginning. But my question number 1 now is with you. Write the question. Do you think this is a nested story? Do you think this is a nested story? Do you think this is a nested story? If yes, why? If yes, why? Now the options are number 1. Because this story has 2 themes. Because this story has 2 themes. THEMES. Got it? Number 2, because this story has 2 timelines. Because this story has 2 timelines. Timelines, right? Because this story has 2 timelines or zones, you can say. Third option is because this story has a story within a story. Because this story has a story within a story. Fourth option is because this story has many characters. Because this story has, fourth option I'm giving you, this story has many characters. This is what I'm asking you. So Ansha knows. So the people, those who keep their ears, eyes and minds open, those who read a lot, they only are able to give this kind of answer. What Ansha has told us. Nested story is a story within a story. When there are 2 stories within a story, that is a nested story. That's the definition of a story. But otherwise, the kind of beginning I've given you, from there you might have made out like, yes, there are 2 time zones. And one time zone at present, these 3 friends are living, for example, in 2020 or 2021. And the batch to which they are going to call is the batch who were there in 1998. Okay, jo bhi hai. So they are going to bring them in 2021. That batch is coming up together. Okay. But in the end, though there are, it seems that there are 2 time zones, but it is 1. Not even 2 time zones are there. Getting or not? Because those friends will all come now. They're getting together at this present time. And they will be talking about the things which might be of past that we don't know. But right now, the action will take place in the present only. So I asked you whether this is a nested story or not. And your answer will be, it is a nested story, because nested story is the one which has a story within a story. So basically, this is a story of 3 friends. And now the story, another story in the story is, these 3 friends will have, they will have a reunion, and in the reunion, all the other characters will come and they will also tell their stories. And moreover, okay, now next question. Second question is like, which element you think will be prominent in the story? Which element you think will be most prominent in the story? Options are tragic, humorous. Second option, humorous. Yes, beta, you can ask me directly. Which element do you think is most prominent? Prominent is most prominent in the story. The options are number one, tragic. Second, humorous. What are spellings of humorous? The spellings of humor, tell me first. These are the spellings of humor. H-U-M-O-U-R. And what are the spellings of humorous? Okay. So humorous. So which number one, tragic, number two, humorous, number three? Did I tell you? Mysterious. Third element is mysterious. And number four, horror. Most prominent, I'm saying. Because all friends will meet, they will be, of course, cracking jokes first. But humorous will be there, but most mysterious, because so many people coming together after so many years. So some mystery will be prevailing as to who is what and what is who. Okay. So mystery will be most prominent because when the friends are meeting after 20 or 30 years, after 30 years, I guess, 20. So after 22 years when they are meeting, so imagine yourself, what would you be after 22 years? Will you be able to recognize each other? No. Many of you might have already become very fat or very thin or very tall or very not short. Already whatever you are, not shorter than that. So or bald or what? But not possible. Let's talk about good things. So you'll have changed a lot after 22 years. Isn't it? So mystery would be there, like how he or she would be looking like. And when somebody would come like, oh my God, are you that? Oh no. So humor, but mystery more. And moreover, the kind of stories you'll be sharing with each other. 22 years is not a less time. It's not a short time. Within this much of time, so many new things come up. So many experiences keep on adding on. Okay, so mysterious, that would be more. So you have to remember this, that when you are going to continue the story, then the mystery should be there. And how will you make the story more mysterious? That is your job. That is a part of your plot. That's why in the very beginning, your plot will be should be strong one. Okay, third option, third question. Has the writer already decided the events of the party? Has the writer already decided the events of the party? If yes, why? So what's the answer first? Yes. Why options are? Number one, because the author is prophet, because the author is a prophet. Who is a prophet? Prophet. Prophet is a person who can see the future. Okay, कहते हैं ना prophetic look, prophetic vision. What is prophetic vision? Somebody who can foresee the future. So because the author has a prophetic vision, ऐसे कर लो आप इसको, because the author has prophetic vision. Do you agree with this? No? Okay, second. Yes. The moment I looked at him, he said no. Okay, second question, second option. Because the author is the king of the story. Because the author is the king of the story, he can do anything he wants. Okay, third option. Third option. The author has already made the plot of the story. The author has already scripted the plot of the story. And fourth option, the author has already scripted, scripted, scripted the plot of the story. Fourth option, it's the will of the author. Author ki marzi. Yeah. Who says D? Okay, stand up. The question was, the author already knows the events of the story. Yahi tha na? That he knows like what will happen in the story. He knows it. How does he know it? Because he knows the future. You people also write the stories. You're also a writer. Are you do you have a prophetic vision? Both of it cross, right? Then you are saying like, kya isne bola? Yes. You are saying it's the will of the author. What's happening? What's happening? Listen. Any doubt? Any doubt? Then why talking? Without doubt, never talk. Talk when you have doubts. I will never stop you. Okay? So yes. Yes, of course, it's the will of the author. Yes. But will doesn't mean that that he will write the story where whatever he wants to write throughout. The story, I've already told you the limitations of writing the story. The story should have a plot. Plot ke bina aap story likh hi nahi sakte. If you're writing a story without plot, then you are not writing a story. You are just passing time. So without plot, one should not proceed. But what you people do in the papers, you see a title and you start writing. And whatever you feel like writing, that's why he says will of the author. क्योंकि खुद करते हैं ना ऐसे, है ना? So पहले plot बनाइए. So then when you are making the plot, you know like there are some limitations. कुछ limitations हैं. Okay, your story should have some limits. You cannot cross those limits. Sit down. So the answer is that he has already scripted the plot. अब plot से आगे पीछे नहीं जाएगा. And in the plot, he has already decided like these many people would come and they would be talking about this or that. Got it? Just current stand up you. Get to the side. आप जरा इधर हो जाओ. Not you. Get up. For 1 minute, get up. Have you written everything? Sure. Has he written? Yes. Sit down. Well done, Jaskaran. Now Jaskaran has become a good boy. He was already good boy, I guess. Am I right? Decent boy. Sweet child. Okay, now next one. The purpose of reunion is options are just a get together, Number 2, just a celebration. Number 3, just the means, just a way to be connected with the classmates. Just a way to relive, just a way to relive the old times. Just a way to relive the old times when life was so easy. सोच के बताइए मुझे. Okay, those who say option A, raise hand. No one? कोई बात नहीं. No? Okay. Just a get together. If you just want to go for a get together, then you can ask your own just current friends and you'll have a get together. Because if you want a reunion, then you'll have to work very hard. You'll have to get the contact numbers and all, or addresses of your all friends. That would be not easy. Okay, so just a get together, not at all relevant. Second, just a celebration, that also you can do anyways. So options C and D are a little relevant. Now C option was? Okay, just a way to reconnect with the friends. ठीक है, ये भी ठीक है. So fourth option was the way to relive past. अब reconnection के लिए तो you can simply get the phone numbers, addresses and things done. But you can relive only in the party, in the get together. So D option is more appropriate. Huh? D is more correct, because when you will be reuniting, then you will be able to remember like what used to happen. You will be able to relive the past. Got it? So when I was saying like reconnection can be done even by getting the phone numbers, addresses and done. Okay, reconnect. Isn't it? Okay. Got it? So through these questions, you should know how to frame a good story. Thank you. Yeah, one thing is there. Listen to me. All of you listen to me. Today I will be sharing very important information. Today I will be sharing the sample papers which have been issued by CBSE for class 10th. Got it? Purpose is not that हाँ जी question paper ही होता है वो sample question. हाँ ठीक है. अब what you have to do is you get the blueprint or the printout of the question paper of English of 10th, and you go through section A reading, section B writing, and section writing and grammar will be together. Literature आपको आएगा नहीं because you've not read that. So section A and B you read and solve. Tomorrow we will discuss that sample paper. Because reading part, writing part, grammar will be almost the same. Will you do that? So keep the hard copies in your hand tomorrow. Even the online students and even the offline students. Hard copies of English sample paper of 10th class.